to another episode of Context, Not Content.
Absolutely, as always.
I'm your host, Vic.
Yes, 24 in the building.
Uh-huh.
Back like we never left.
Like we never left.
Yeah. So,
Heard?
what I wanted to get into, do you think cancel culture
Mm-hmm.
do you think it's ever going to end?
Cancel culture is... See, I didn't grow up with cancel culture because we didn't really have cancel culture when I was growing up. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can say whatever, do whatever, and people really wouldn't get offended like that. You know, it would be like, oh, all right. You know what I mean? But nowadays, the way you can get canceled, do I think it's going to end? Nah, because the society is just getting more and more sensitive day by day, you know. And I think
Mm-hmm.
the real issues that they need to address, they don't address, and just stand on this little stupid stuff, you know.
Yeah, so you're saying society is going to remain and continue to get soft and become softer.
And
Yeah.
become more sensitive to
Sensitive, yeah.
things. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because it's like you can't do the comedy, the raw comedy like you could do back in the day. You can't say
Mhm.
certain words when it comes to certain people
Mhm.
or a certain demographic of people. You,
Yep.
you just can't.
They're gonna get offended.
Yeah, so and it's like words like you said, words we used to use that were used when we were coming up
Right.
that you can say,
Right.
you know. So
Mhm. But do you think that's a good thing for people?
no, it's not.
You don't think it's good? Because some people like they feel demoralized by some things.
It depends on how you mean it. I don't think people are going around saying, "Hey, look at this such and such. Look at this such and such. Look at this." I don't think people are saying that. If they're saying it in a joking manner, like even when we came up,
Mhm.
little people, we known them as one word. It wasn't a derogatory word to call them that.
Mhm.
To use that word and call them that.
Right.
It wasn't. It wasn't discriminative or
Mhm.
anything like that back then.
Right.
But now you can't say it.
But do you think that over time the people that you're referring to say, "Hey, that's offensive to me. Don't call me that no more."
But
And
when
and
did
it's
it get
like
to that point though?
I think once social media became active and voices can be heard more broader and more togetherness, I think that's when it became a problem.
That's
Like
just
because when it's one voice in one town, it can't be heard. But if it's a bunch of voices in a bunch of different towns all coming, it's gonna be different.
hey brother, no pun intended, but you can't see the forest from the trees.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like these are scientific words, bro. When we in biology class, science class, earth science, I'm talking about early in the game.
Mhm.
You have that word, you have dwarf, because that's a form of growth,
Mhm.
dwarfism, and all that stuff. These are
Yeah.
scientific words. These are not.
But this scientific words that we came up with that they taught us, but
Well,
they
yeah,
but they didn't
exactly.
teach us
But these
nothing.
they
They didn't.
wasn't meant. They wasn't like what they called us when we were slaves.
Yeah, but I know they
You
also
know.
taught us that Columbus discovered
Well,
America
yeah,
too.
that you can't, we
I
moving the
mean, I'm just
goalposts
saying,
now.
like
Now we moving the goalposts. We
I'm
go in a
just
whole different
saying, I ain't
direction.
moving the goalpost. I'm just saying, like we can't go by none of that stuff that we was taught
But
when we
all I'm
was
saying
young
is not.
because
It's not a derogatory word to use when that's how they measure their growth and what to call them, how tall they grow, from how tall they grow.
I don't know. The N word is treated different nowadays. Like when you hear it come from a person of a different race,
Hmm.
do you feel different about it than you would feel, 20, 30 years ago when you was a kid?
Yes,
You know what I'm
because I
saying?
don't, I don't, I don't like when it's used obsessively, over obsessive. It's just like it's
What if you just
overusing it.
heard it being used casually by somebody you don't know? I'm just saying, how would you feel about it? Would you feel a type of
I
way
mean, it's
about
all
it?
right, as long as you're not going. And it depends on where you at too, because you representing us at the end of the day. I don't care if you say it or whatever, because we all say it time and time. But freaking just to be habitual with it,
Uh-huh.
it's crazy. So like, yeah, we all gonna use it, but just where you using it at, because you representing us. You know what I mean? It's like if we in a public grocery store, and there's a lot of white people around or Mexicans, whatever other race besides us around. I don't like to see us getting into it with each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, 'cause we representing us. They expect that from us.
So
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 yeah, you could use it, but just where you using it at.
so out in public, do
And you
you
don't have to
think
put
that
on.
there's public etiquette and at home etiquette?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
etiquette all the time.
Mhm.
Everybody should move with etiquette. That's not even a race thing. So I
Mhm.
know black people gonna take that as like that's why I say you're not putting on. They're gonna think I'm saying, hey, you gotta put on, but it's an
Mhm.
etiquette that you carry yourself with, no matter where you go to. It's etiquette, son. When you smoking, even when you smoking blunts, you have etiquette. You have etiquette with every freaking thing you do. You're supposed to. That's how you're
Especially
supposed
with
to
people
move.
who work in customer service,
You know what I mean?
because your etiquette gonna change. You're not gonna talk the same way to customers as you
No, you're
talk at
not.
home.
You're not.
So, and you gotta apply that to your regular life too, not just where you work. Because when you're out, just like you said, you're representing us as a people. You don't want us to
Absolutely.
see people seeing us like, oh, this is just how they be acting, or this is just how they
Mm-hmm.
act. You don't want to fall into that stereotype. So we trying to change that narrative so they look at us different. You know what I mean? Because it's not cool. Like it's when I see it on social media, like I used to find that stuff funny, man, and now it makes me sad to see like, oh, now this is stuff is getting shared all around the
Mm-hmm.
world with people, and this is how they think we are. They think we just violent people that always fight and and act like niggas all the time. But I mean, it's anything but that, man, and I think we need to work more on changing that narrative and being less sensitive to
Mm-hmm.
the other things that what I'm saying, all this cancel culture and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
Like let's focus on something real.
Like one of us doing having etiquette around different cultures, excuse me, around different cultures can definitely open the door and change their mind and make them think differently of many of us that they thought was the same. Just
Mhm.
one of us. That's
Mhm.
all it takes. It's showing etiquette. And
Right.
even if they want to be rude and stick their nose up in the air, who gives two F's, to be
Mhm.
honest with you? I'm not gonna follow that energy up because I know what you expecting. You kind of trying to bait me, and I don't even use the word rage bait, but I'm just saying you're trying to bait me though. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and I'm not gonna fall into that trap. It's not gonna happen. So it is what it is because I know you got the upper hand in any situation anyway. So
Do you think that changes as you get money, that etiquette wise? Because once you get money and you don't have to depend on all these people, do you think you stop kind of being the way you are and be more yourself and talk more like yourself because I don't have to be this person no more?
I think even if I think you should be you regardless of the money. I don't think that I see what you're saying, but
Mhm.
maybe I'm taking it as a personal question. So for some people it might be, some people it might not be.
Mhm.
you know. But I can speak for myself and saying I'm just going to be me regardless. Treat people the same. I'm still going to move accordingly because I don't do any dirtbag, dust ball, grind ball type
Right.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to change because of the money. The etiquette going to be there. Everything going to be the same because I was raised right. At the
Mhm.
same time, have I made mistakes? Yeah, but it wasn't my parents' fault. I was raised right. So
Right.
I know how to move accordingly. I know how to rock with etiquette. I know how to show love. I know how to be giving. All that good stuff. So I'm be who I am. That's a fact.
And to expand on that, when a child does something and people always be like, "Oh, it's the parents' fault." That's not something I agree with
No.
because my parents raised me with the utmost morals and respect, and I still chose to go out and do, whatever I did, the
Mm-hmm.
crimes I did, and whatever life I lived on the streets. And it's all on the individual, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm grateful for my parents for showing me right from wrong because eventually down the line, I saw all that they was talking about, but
Mm-hmm.
I just had to see it for myself. I was just that
Church.
type of person. Some people are not like that.
Preach.
Some people gonna take what their parents say and do what they say, and some people gonna try to do it. So it's never on the parents when you see kids doing stuff like I'm sure parents try their hardest. There's probably some parents that's out here that don't try their hardest, but for the most part, like black parents do try their hardest. So don't think when you see all these kids out here doing stuff that
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's all on the child, man, and what type of life they want to live and what they perceive as how to make it. Because I saw things different when I was young. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't look at my father as let me work hard and try to get what he got. I wanted the fast way, and it don't always work that way.
Living that little Troy life, huh?
Uh,
I got you.
baller.
Yeah.
Shot caller.
But no, on a serious note though, yeah, a lot of it's not only just that. It's that once you're able to understand right from wrong when you're a kid, I don't care if it's 10, 11, 12, whatever. You know what you're doing. It's not on your
Mhm.
parents now. They still going to raise you right.
Right.
But your decisions are your decisions because you
Mhm.
know right from wrong.
Yep.
So yeah, parenting doesn't, like you said, you see a child doing something bad. That's not just because the parent, but it's the same thing you represent me. Like
Mhm.
you need to calm down, relax, whatever.
Right.
Like stop doing what you're doing. We all, like you said, done things like that.
Mhm.
Because parents can't monitor their children 24/7. They got to work. They got to come home, cook,
Mhm.
clean, whatever it may
Yep.
be. So they can't monitor their children outside of those doors. All they can do is hope that they
Mhm.
continue
Yep.
to use those tools that they instilled in them to not get into trouble.
Mhm.
But we always going to get into ish because we're
Right.
children, but
Mhm.
we know right from wrong. We know we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't break into a school to get some pieces or, all types of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but we know it's wrong.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so it's not, like you said, it's not on the parents at all.
Mhm.
Once you know right from wrong when you're a kid, that's it. That's where it starts at. It's no longer on the parent
Right.
because they taught you to know better. You know better. That's the first thing you do. They're gonna say to you when you get in trouble. You knew better.
Yep.
It's the first thing they're gonna say when you're
Mhm.
young. You knew better. What's wrong with you?
Yep.
So
They always say I taught you better
yeah,
than that.
exactly, exactly,
You like, yeah,
exactly.
you did. You
And then
did.
then the third level was like, I've been where you at. I've been,
Yep,
I've
that's
been a
what look,
kid.
I've been there.
Exactly. That's
Trust
the
me. I
third
know
level.
what you're doing.
So
Mhm.
it's not the parents' fault at all.
Yeah.
You know, kids just want to run rampant. And like you said, times are different. If it was back then, folks would have been able to sit down. You hear me?
Yeah.
Hands, knuckles. You try to cover that, cover your butt, right?
Everything.
You try to cover it, they hit them knuckles.
Hey,
Pow,
move
pow,
it. You
pop,
like,
pop, pop. Sound like the
shit, it
Kendrick
covers
Lamar joint.
everything,
Wop,
man. I'm
wop,
trying to
wop,
get under
wop,
the
wop.
yeah.
That'll fuck them up. Yeah.
Nothing about that now. I'm like, I would never beat my kids like that.
Man.
Like you think about whippings back in the
So
day, you like,
you
yo, that
know
was
better.
bad. Like
Them
it's
slim belts was the worst, huh? The slimmy Moors was crazy. Them slim joints, you thought the fat joints,
like
nah, man. Them slim
yeah, the little
joints,
skinny joints, them
man.
joints will leave
What?
whelps on you. Like, yo, nah.
It was only like 30 seconds though, but it felt like it was
Right. It
like
felt like it
five
was
minutes.
forever, right? The longest beating
Take your
ever.
pants off. You walking to your execution, man.
Do you know what that? You know what? I keep getting reminded, like when I think back of that, like just of slaves getting beat, like
Yeah,
and
take
like
your clothes off.
y'all were raised on those like those hundreds of years of being a slave. That's how y'all was raised to discipline. Like, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm glad we broke that mold because I would never do that to my kids. I would never do that,
Mm-hmm.
man. But it's funny, man,
Because
when I think
normally the
about it.
victim's victimized.
Man,
That's how it
yep,
normally go.
yep. You're right.
Psychologically, that's how it goes.
You're right.
Victims victimized.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And I don't know a lot of parents that discipline. Parents don't discipline their kids enough, in my opinion, but not in the way we used
But
to get.
but
Um,
in the mix though, we had a mix of both. After you got cut the fuck up a couple times, right? Pardon my language. Once you
mhm,
got cut up, you
mhm.
knew not to cut up. Then if you tried to, that's when the voice kicked in.
Oh yeah.
It's like God talking to you, but it's
Mhm,
not. Like, and
mhm,
that you're serious, and then the clenched teeth with the
mhm,
voice coming out. Oh, you
mhm,
better not. Man, it's
mhm.
a wrap. So they don't even use that
They don't do
tactic.
that no more. Yeah,
Sometimes they get to it, but they don't use that. You know what I
man.
mean? As
The
much.
threat was enough
Man,
back
what?
then. You knew.
That's
You
when you
like,
knew
oh,
because
they serious.
you already got the
Yeah,
leash.
you like, oh nah, hold on, let me check.
You already got the lashes. You got the
Yep.
Bobby Lashley. You already got
Mhm.
the lashes already, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But nowadays they take the game away for
Wealth is great
an hour or two, or you know what I'm saying?
and give it back.
Like it's
They
no
they
punishment
had it. They
these
don't even
days,
have it.
bro.
Punishment is not even 24 hours no
Man,
more. So
it's
it's a
not.
part-time shift. It's 4 hours.
They don't get chores no
4
more. They
hours.
don't get allowance no more. Like all that stuff is like they just ask for money for whatever they playing their game for, or wherever they going with their friends to
Yeah.
get food. Or it's like,
Yeah, we had to wait to Christmas or birthday, son.
mhm,
Either one. That's it. That's the only way you get the new game. You better hope the game you
yep,
like is dropping around Christmas or your
mhm,
birthday, son.
yep,
Cause it's a wrap. Either that, you're going to Toys R Us to play the game. That's all you can do.
Yep.
I can't get past level 1, but I'm gonna play this joint.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get it 2 years later,
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same with clothes shopping, man. We wasn't buying no $300-$400 shoes. These kids want Alexander McQueen
man,
and like chrome hearts and like, look,
man, good luck with that.
what? Like,
Good
yo,
luck with that.
bro.
I don't have no children, but they wouldn't be getting no Chrome Hearts. They'd be getting some Amelia Earharts fucking with me. Shit, talk about some Chrome Hearts.
What brands y'all rock where y'all
get
from,
Amelia
man?
Earharts.
I want to know what they rocking out there. What they rocking in Reno, Nevada? What they rocking in Williamsburg and Northern Virginia
You know
and
why?
Macon, Georgia?
You know why I call them Amelia Earharts? Because you never find them. You never find them.
Salute. Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't do that. I had a $60 sneaker budget. That's why I had to get me a job, son.
Yeah.
When I hit 15,
Right,
I
like
hit the
look.
job market, son. I hit the
Got
free agent
to.
market, son.
First
It
thing
was
I
a wrap.
did. And these kids
It
don't
was
even
a
want to
done
find a
deal
job these days, bro.
because they
I
don't have
couldn't
to.
wait to work.
We just said it. They don't have to.
Yeah.
If
Bro, I
somebody gonna
couldn't
give me
wait to work.
Alexander McQueen's, why am I gonna lift the finger to work? It makes no sense. They're gonna give it to me, so why do I have to work for it? You know what I mean?
We definitely in a different era. Now, our parents would look at us like we was crazy. Like, what? Even if our sneakers cost $1.50, like I think Jordans was like maybe $1.20.
Yeah, man.
When
I
I was
wasn't even
coming up.
on no touch. I
And
don't
they
even
was
know
looking
what
at
I
me
was getting for
like I had to go to
$60 back
McDonald's
then.
to
It
work
wasn't
to
good.
get mine. So, and I ain't mind doing it.
I don't know what kind of sneakers I was getting for $60, but they wasn't hot, son. It wasn't hot fire. Yeah, son. That's why I was like, man, I gotta get me a
gotta
job.
get a job.
I gotta
Like,
get a
and
job.
it's no $60
Man,
sneakers I
what?
want.
Once I got a job in
You
the
could have
ninth
went to
grade,
A&N and
what?
got the
That's where I
10s
was
for
going.
60.
That's where I
You
was
could have
going.
got the boneless
Because there
ones
was
with
no
no.
need to go to Foot Locker. You know what I mean? If you do, you're gonna get the
Right.
old man Nikes, the joints they still make to this day, the
Yep.
Monarchs, the
Yeah.
Nike Monarchs.
The little tennis playing.
Yeah,
Joint.
don't nobody want them shits, man. Yeah. So yeah, that was bad, man. I was like, I gotta get a job. Hit 15, got a job. It was a done deal, son. My sister was going to Union. Had to get in Jordan, son. Early in the morning. They used to drop like 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning. Had to go straight to Cloverleaf, get them joints.
And this was
That's
before you had to get tickets to buy
man,
stuff.
what?
Like you
This
just have
was
to
you
be
just
there
had
when
to
if you
be
was
there.
there when they
Yeah.
open, you was good.
You had to be there, son. My sneaker game got crazy, son. After that, it was a done deal. I had so many joints, people thought I was buying them and taking them back.
That's all I was doing.
Getting them every week.
Son, that's all
every
I was
time
doing.
the joints dropped.
When I was working, that's
like,
all
yeah.
I was buying was kicks. I was buying more than Jordan. I was buying whatever was out.
Oh yeah, I was buying Parasuka, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, once I got that job, son,
Man.
it was a done deal.
The mall.
The low going
became
to
a mall
Hex,
rap, boy.
What?
Oh,
Hex was my
used
spot.
to kill it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
My mom was taking me there before the job, only on when they had the clearance joints, when they had the 30. They had something 30% on top or something. They had the whole rack. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was an occasion when them joints came around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure.
Hex.
Yeah.
Shout out to you if you remember Hex because they weren't everywhere. I think they was Macy's everywhere.
Well, they was Robinson May as well on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Because when I moved to California, there was Robinson
over
May.
there.
Yeah, because I did a little photo shoot for them too.
You
know what I mean? But yeah, that same thing as Hex. Kind of like they call us juniors and Hardee's. Yeah, that type of deal.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good old days. What it do, man?
Remember them corduroys, those elementary school? You got them. My mom used to always give me sweaters. Man.
I got a picture. Yeah, all my little kid pictures.
Day,
I'm in sweaters.
That's why I don't like sweaters.
I'm in sweaters. I one joint I got a vest on, so I'm like,
man. I had one of them joints, son, looking like the bed, the stuffed bed, the stuffed bed, the vest. The gray.
I wonder if we're gonna look at baby pictures like that in the future and be like, because all my baby pictures like, nah. If I was on a regular T-shirt, it'd be cool, but like the styles back then was just wild, on the colors and everything.
Back then, they didn't take you to the barbershop that often either. When it was like 4 or 5, you just had the fro. The
no
fro was
fresh
curly.
lineup, but the lineup was never fresh. Like, look, everything looked good, but you would never have a like
look
lineup.
at the texture and shit like shit. No lines.
No lines. Yes. Like I'm looking at all my pictures like, man, lineup would have I would have been dope. But like,
yeah. Absolutely. If y'all can
Shout out
relate to
there.
that, y'all chime in.
Yeah, please. I want to know when
Yeah,
y'all was born because I want to know the age demographic.
yeah,
Like, what year was you
for
born
sure.
and what was the best years of your life, man? For me, it was the '80s and the early '90s. You know what I'm saying? That's when I had the most fun.
Yeah, the '80s, the '90s, and I would say like the early 2000s, like the first decade of the 2000s.
Early 2000s was
Yeah,
good too, for
so
sure.
I would
Yeah.
definitely say like '88 to the
Yeah.
early 2010, something like
Mhm.
that. Once I hit 30,
Mhm.
2011. But yeah, those was good times. Great
Mhm.
being a kid, man. And
Yep.
y'all chime in as well if your parents didn't have enough money to get those pictures, but they got the proofs. You hear me? Yeah.
Salute. Salute. Peace and blessings to everyone. Thanks for watching. Continue to
Yeah.
watch.
Check us next week
We'll
or
see
later
y'all
this
on the
week
next
on
one.
Sunday.
Later
We'll
this week.
see y'all. Greatest audience in America as usual. And always listen. I got a jewel for y'all before we roll out, right? Hey, sometimes it's better being alone and by yourself instead of being in bad company. On that note, see y'all Sunday.
We love
We out.
y'all.